Everyone. Happy Tuesday. If you need a little boost, why not just come and hang out with the Cuppies?
Hanging out with the Cuppies on a Tuesday sounds like a fantastic idea, and it's great to have you here, Taylor.
Thanks, Aaron. Happy to be here. Always fun to hang out with my Cuppy community and hang out with my faves on Good Morning Buffalo. Say good morning to us. Let us know how you're doing with this holiday week. I mean, holiday weeks they're always a little interesting, right? It's a little slower. Everyone's really just trying to chill.
We're trying to get through. A lot of people have Thursday and Friday off, so it's like, all right, today you're halfway through the week, which is great for a lot of you. You're like, all right, Wednesday is kind of like one of those days where you just kind of go through the motions, and then it's Independence Day celebration time.
Yeah, so much fun. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit of like good news, bad news. I did a story yesterday about car insurance issues. We know that so many Kias are being stolen, but we also want to hear about all of your 4th of July plans, what you guys have going on. So let me know if you're doing fireworks, if you're doing maybe some baseball games, if you're going to hang out by the pool.
Big night for the Bisons tomorrow, so we're going to be watching weather closely for that one. And of course, your fireworks display is going off Thursday evening for a lot of you. Weather looks fine for that.
Awesome. Let's say good morning to everyone. Howard says, take Wednesday off, Aaron.
Actually, I'm working the double Wednesday and Thursday, so I cannot do that, Howard, because I'm always slow to ask off for the holidays, so it's just why you always see me.
Yeah, you'll see both of us here. Connie says, oh no, where did Katie run off to? Don't worry, she'll be back here tomorrow. Barbara says, good morning. Peter, good morning. Peter says, nice change of scene. Aaron and Taylor are switching it up this morning. Bonnie's here. Linda's here. Megan, good morning. Howard, good morning to you. So we'll start off with some of the little kind of negative stuff. I'll fill you in on the story that I did yesterday. So you know how all those Kias have been stolen over the past year or so?
Yeah.
Like 2,800 in the city of Buffalo.
Crazy
last
numbers.
year. Yeah. Crazy numbers. You know, we were hoping that things would die down. They haven't so much. Obviously, you know, you wake up in the morning, your car's not there. Nightmare.
Worst feeling ever.
Gut punch. Yeah. So the days and weeks that follow, you're trying to find a rental car. You're trying to figure things out. But it turns out it's going to follow you for much longer than that week or month or so. So
tell me why, Taylor. Tell me why.
I talked to an insurance agent yesterday who says that they kind of share your auto information. They pull up your records. And if you've had your car stolen, even though it wasn't your fault, you locked your doors, you didn't do anything wrong, it shows up on your record. And you might get charged a little bit more because you have that on your record.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So depending on your situation, it could cost you a little bit more. We saw some people rumbling on Facebook saying they may not get insured at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Even if you get a completely different car, you're like, you know what, I'm not going to do Kia or Hyundai anymore. Those cars susceptible. You completely switch car brands. That still shows up in your record for like 4 or 5 years.
So you're paying the higher rates, or you might not be able to get car insurance.
Exactly.
You know, it's Western New York, especially Buffalo. It's kind of like a 20-minute drive anywhere. So you need a car. We don't like the public transportation, say in a big city. Like my son lives in Boston.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a car. He doesn't need one because he walks out his door, he gets on the train, and then he goes to work and he shows up. So you need your car in Western New York.
Exactly.
And it's an expensive, you know, to have one, or if you have two, it really adds up.
Yeah.
Looking at car repair bills, and mine's paid off too. And now it's like, all right, I don't have a car payment, but I put a lot of money into it to keep it alive.
You're constantly putting money into this. And then, you know, if you have, depending on where you live, your insurance might go up.
Yeah.
If you live in the city, it goes up a lot of times. Depending on if you have any other prior claims, it might happen. So it really is just a tough situation. The man I spoke with yesterday had his car stolen. He was on his way to the gym in the morning, and his car was gone. And insurance didn't even give him the money to pay it off. So he was out like $3,000. And then going forward, when he wants to get a new car insured, he's going to be stuck.
So you owe on that car that's gone, and because it wasn't covered, that is a tough day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then not just today, but the next 4 or 5 years.
I should say that's a tough 365. Yeah, and it's just going to follow you, like you said. So, and I know my rates went up. I don't have any violations or anything, but it seems like everything's going up, obviously. And I was looking the other day, I'm like, look, it seems awfully high. That's different from what it was.
Yeah.
And we had to increase your rates. I'm like, awesome.
And probably in the next year or so, if things keep happening, it's going to get more expensive for everyone. But those innocent victims are really going to be the ones who have to foot the bill here. And, you know, the insurance agent I talked to was like, look, we know it's unfair, but I mean, they're basically saying, hey, we had your back when you got your car stolen. We kind of need to balance that out.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta make money too. You know, they're a business. So
yeah,
I get it.
Cindy says, my sister has a Kia. She lives in Lewiston Heights, and thank God she hasn't had a problem. Tell her to get a wheel lock.
Okay.
Those help a lot. I live in my neighborhood. A bunch of people have wheel locks on, and that has seemed to help them just at least a little bit. Peter says, I have a Kia Soul named Lady Marmalade, of course, and I would freak if that happened. Yeah, I mean, the gut punch, immediate panic. What do I do? Who do I call? And then you have to deal with all that. Sherry says, my rates went up, was told because someone hit my car on a mall lot and filed 2 windshield claims all within 5 years. I thought that's what insurance was for. And that's like the question. You're like, I need to have insurance, 1. 2, when something happens, that's why you have insurance. But the more you use it, the more it costs you.
Yeah. And I feel like the windshield cracks, they occur. That is really the only thing that I've ever had to use my insurance for, because you're driving and we have a rock, and we have, it just seems our roads are in rough shape after our winters. So you get the pebbles coming up and doink, and then there's a little crack in your windshield, and if you ignore it, it just gets bigger and bigger. So you have to take care of it, and then you call your insurance company. It's not that expensive, but it's something. And that could answer my question, why mine went up.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to go up for everyone just because insurance companies are like scrambling. They're like, okay, we just shelled out all this cash trying to help people in Buffalo and Rochester area. The insurance agent I talked to said that Buffalo and Rochester are like national companies, or like those 2 areas are, oof.
We want to be number 1 in sports.
Yeah.
Not in stolen keys.
We're trying to reverse the trend here. Shirley saying we'll all be paying for these stolen vehicles for a long time. And Peter says Kia did send a notice for a free lock bar for the wheel when I did get it. So yeah, as much as you can. And then the other tips he had, avoid making any claims. So if you do get that rock on your windshield and you've had your car stolen, just try to see if you can pay for it yourself, so you don't have that extra claim on there.
Good point.
And just drive as safely as possible. And then like if you're seeing, someone won't insure you, or it's just like an astronomical price, you can shop around a little bit. Like get a couple quotes before you really settle and you end up paying way more than you want to.
That is the one thing. If you don't agree with a diagnosis of your insurance, you can call somebody else and see what they say.
Someone will do it. All right, we'll turn around to happier things.
All right.
To the 4th of July. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. Where does it rank for you?
You know what? Well, Thanksgiving's number 1.
Thanksgiving's top tier.
Yeah, at 4th of July is great. Summertime, weather's nice. The only thing is that, like I said, I never ask off.
You're always here for
I'm
it.
like, I'm going to be here all day Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday morning as well. So, I'm looking forward to it. Like my family will certainly enjoy it, but for me, it's
back to the grind.
I'm like old man yelling at clouds. Like, come on, really? Fireworks?
I'm trying to sleep here. It's like top 5 for me, I think.
Okay.
I guess because Christmas is my number 1.
Okay.
Thanksgiving's got to be up there. My birthday counts as a holiday. I might put it at like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's a fantastic holiday. I mean, you've got the great food.
Great
generally
food.
burgers
Gotta love
and hot
grilling.
dogs.
Yeah, watermelon.
Watermelon, a lot of burgers, and a lot of grilling,
So
like
much
you
fun.
said. It's usually pretty warm. The weather's generally nice.
Yeah.
So I'm all on board for a summer holiday like this. But
you just don't get to take full advantage of
and
all the fun.
it's totally my bad. I signed up for a job that you will have to work on the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Well, you get to celebrate some of it. You take a little nap and then you'll be able to get a little bit of it in, right?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Optimistic thinking. Well, tell us what your plans are, what you're going to do. I'm going to try to take a nap after we're done here.
Are you working Friday?
No, I'm not working Friday. So I can hang out and chill. My friends might hang out a little on Grand Island. We might get by the pool, hang out, have some burgers.
It's nice up there, like by the river, if you can see different displays going off. If you got a good view like that. If you're on Lake Erie shoreline, you're looking, you can see over in Canada, down there, like all these different spots. So you're in a good spot Thursday night.
We were talking earlier about the fireworks. And I think sometimes when I hear the national anthem, I won't lie, tear up a little bit.
Oh, 100% with the red, white, and blue fireworks going off. Yeah.
That's good stuff. But I was saying that beyond the patriotic songs, even though they're fantastic, Katy Perry's Firework.
That's right. You brought that up today.
Lights a firework within me.
The tears will be shed.
It's just good. I mean, you're sitting there, you're with your friends, your family, you're watching the fireworks go off. It's the 4th of July in America. And that Katy Perry jam plays. And I'm like, you know what?
They play the
Life's
national
not all
anthem
that
for
bad.
me. I get a little emotional for that one.
I love the national anthem. The Whitney Houston version is like,
oh yeah,
that's my favorite.
Number 1.
What's the song for you? What's the song that does it, that when you're watching the fireworks, it's just like that moment and you're like, I've reached it. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Lori says, I love the light show fireworks. We're going to the Tonawandas. They're having a joint one this year for the first time. NC and the city are doing a different one.
It's beautiful there at NC along the canal right there. Then you get to the river in Tonawanda, like that Oliver Street area by Remington and all the different restaurants that have popped up. NT booming. So a nice place to be. And, obviously being from there, I'm a little biased.
Yeah, just a little biased.
It's nice to see such, so many people like come from far away. I know Ed takes the boat to go
Yeah.
to restaurants in NT all the time.
Get
So,
out there.
good
Peter
to see.
says, proud to be an American. Shirley agrees.
Ooh,
Well, at least I know I'm free.
that was
Born
a
in the
good one.
USA is also a really good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That one's pretty solid. Some people are saying 4th of July is not really their favorite. It's an okay holiday, maybe brings up some sad memories for some people. Some people said it's more relaxing.
I think if you have like pets, does your
Yeah.
dog freak out?
I get lucky. She really kind of doesn't know what's going on.
Okay.
I live enough where there's enough noise where she
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, okay, that was another noise.
Katie was
so she
saying
might bark.
Bandit will have to stay inside on Thursday because
Yeah.
once fireworks go off, he gets skittish and could take off. And
Yeah.
He's like 100 something. His dog is humongous.
Yeah, he's giant.
So he would drag
like 3
Katie
dogs.
down the street.
Yeah, not happening. Yeah, some people said, for the pets and the vets, make sure they're okay. So make sure you're checking on everybody
Yes,
when
pets
you're
and vets,
out
great
there.
call.
And I think Peter said, Aaron, could you define what a double is in your line of work?
Oh, okay. So my normal shift is 3 to like 11, and now it's 3 till like 1:30. And then Wednesday's weather is going to be bumpy, so I'll be watching that. So it's almost like a 3 to 3 until whomever comes in and I can pass the baton. But because you got to keep an eye if we have severe weather, like someone's got to update the web, and that someone's me.
But we're looking good for the 4th, right?
4th looks fine. It's Wednesday. We have rain coming in later in the day after around 5 p.m. So that's a marginal risk for severe storms on Wednesday. Thursday, morning clouds go to sunshine, temperatures in the mid 80s. And then Friday, we're in the mid 80s as well. A few showers are possible Saturday morning, but we clear out. Sunday looks great. Then we're back in the mid 80s on Monday. And looking at the long range forecast, temperatures expected to be above normal through the middle of the month. So this is summer training weather for me. I'm excited.
Training weather. Yeah. Speaking of which, we do want to touch on the fact that Aaron is just a superhero, superstar. Going to do something absolutely nuts in 2.5 weeks. It was like my birthday present
to myself.
Yeah, for my birthday, I'm going to exhaust my body to the point where I can no longer move.
To the limit. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so Ironman is less than 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks away. Crazy.
For those that don't know, explain what exactly it all entails.
There's the bike ride. That's the Ride for Roswell. So Ironman Lake Placid is 2.4 mile swim in Mirror Lake, and then 112 mile bike ride, and then a marathon. So those 3 things all in succession. So I've been training since January, and I'm 2.5 weeks away. Now I'm starting to get a little like, I'm going to do a story on it. Like, I'm getting some text from some friends. Like, are you ready? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you nervous? I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I think I'm ready. I mean, I just did the Ride for Roswell and I felt fine.
That was 100 miles.
Yeah. Actually, it was 103 the way they did it. So that I'm like, all right. And then, Jeanette, did I stock up on my salt tabs? I did. Thank you for that, because had a race where I was a little dehydrated and got salt tabs. And Jeanette, I think that is why Ride for Roswell was not a real issue, because there were a lot of people dropping out because it was so hot and so humid. And I was like, salt tab, right.
Ready to go. go through it. What's the toughest part of it? I know it's like a whole marathon. First of all, people train their entire lives to do a marathon. And now you're adding biking and swimming.
Yeah. I think the toughest part, I started swimming like a year ago. Like was a very bad swimmer. I've gotten better. So if I can get out of the water, you only have 2 hours and 20 minutes to finish that. So I think I should be able to do that. Get out of the water, and then you get on your bike. And then the biggest concern for me is the nutrition, because 17 hours,
that's how long it takes?
Well, you get 17. It'll probably take me 15, I'm hoping.
It'll take me 15 days.
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah, I took the Monday off after.
Smart.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to work on that Tuesday too. We'll see when I'm driving home.
Are you going to be able to drive home like that, right? I don't know if I'd be able to
Yeah, maybe I'll be like, I can't drive home, so I'm going to be calling in sick. I should probably put Josh on standby.
Just be ready.
But yeah, thank you, Josh. It's going to be crazy. I think it'll be one of the best and worst days.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
When you're in the middle of a swim, or if you're in the middle of the ride or the run and you're in that tough part, how do you push through that? Because I'm nowhere near his level. I run a little bit, and I do a lot of indoor. I'm a big treadmill fan. I have the Peloton treadmill, and I go through it. But they kind of coach me through that. When you're out there, it's just you.
I mean, you're in the water by yourself. Well, you got about 2,000 people around you splashing and kicking you, but I kind of go off to the side because I do understand I'm a slower swimmer. I'm not going to get in the way of the people passing me. Actually, I have my little like breathe, relax. Like that's what I tell myself. I'm a swim, and I'm like, kind of follow. I'm like, all right, I got an hour. This is an hour and a half out of my life. I'll be fine. Then you get out of the water, and then you change, and then I've got those Uncrustable peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. So I'll eat a couple of those, and then I'll get on the bike. Go. Those are a lot of calories, which you need.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been.
The energy.
It's amazing how much like I've learned over the last 7 months of training on just like nutrition and
how to fuel your
resting
body.
And like you think you want to go all the time, but your body needs rest. I find after a hard workout, like right for Roswell, you take a couple days off and then you're like recharged. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I went on vacation like for a week and I hadn't run for a week and I came back, but I felt better after being off from running, and I just was like been ready to go and zooming.
That's why these next 3 weeks are like a taper time. So today is a ride and run for me, but it's not as far as I've been doing it. It's like 30-30. Like, and in my head I'm like, all right, well, so that's not a problem.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
People are really rooting for you here. Peter says, Aaron, you're the man.
Thanks.
Lori says, make sure to eat at Smoke Signals after you do the Ironman, if you can make your way there.
Shrubline says, I'm probably going to be running in the dark at the end, so I hope it's well lit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be something. I'm excited and nervous, and I really want to finish. Like but you can't control what happens. Like my first half Ironman I did, I got 2 flat tires.
Yeah.
I still finished in time, but then I did one earlier in June, a month ago, and that one went smoothly. I'm like,
you never know what'll happen.
But you never know. So you got to really prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. All I'm hoping for is just get out of the water
finish.
and then just
fly.
Get past. I just want to hear that guy with the booming voice. Aaron Makowski, you are an Ironman. We'll see what happens.
That'll be really cool. People are really cheering you on. Sherry says celebrate with a day off or maybe a week off or something.
Well, unfortunately, I have the week off before because my son has scout camp. So I'm doing that, and I'm like bringing all my stuff to it. They're gonna be like, who's this weird guy walking around in a wetsuit, swimming every morning at scout camp? Yeah, that'll be me.
Yeah, I think you're inspiring people too. Julie says I have to get back into the working out routine. Jeanette says resting from working out is mentally hard for me. Still working on that brain training. Lori says hitting the gym today for her. She's loving it.
You know what? I was inspired by people. I tell you, it was someone said I was contemplating doing it. Like you're gonna regret more not doing it or doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. So I signed up, and honestly, I signed up, and like the next day it was sold out.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, there's 2,000 other crazy people, and it's so many that it sells out. Like a lot of them sell out, So I was excited. This one's close, like driving distance to Western New York or to Buffalo. So gonna go to Lake Placid and run through some hills for 17 hours.
There's hills too.
It's in the Adirondacks.
Oh my gosh! I can barely do. I do the Delaware Park Loop twice. That's like my normal. That's my pretty much bigger run of the week. Yeah.
No, I've been training a lot of hills. And matter of fact, like when I first started, I was like, oh, hills. Ooh. Now I really actually kind of enjoy it. It mixes it up. And
it also makes you feel stronger. You're like running up that hill, and then you come down, and you're like, oh man, I'm just flying.
When you're coming down on the hill and on the bike, and you're just like,
that's when you play Firework by Katy Perry.
Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that. You can't listen to music.
What?
26 miles of your thoughts. So you got to stay.
You can't listen to any music. Why? What's the reason?
I don't know.
That's what makes you an Ironman.
Call Mr. Ironman.
God. Oh, I couldn't do it. There's no way.
Stuff. So I've been training without music because, like, I got to get ready.
I don't like hearing myself breathing, and I don't like hearing my footsteps because then I'm like getting too mentally into the rhythm of it all, and I can hear myself. I hate that.
I get you. And a lot of times I'm like, oh, like the other day, the 3-hour run. And I'm like, what did I really think about for the last 3 hours? Like,
where was I? What was going on?
I couldn't even tell you. Toward the end, I was thinking about how my feet kind of hurt.
We're hurting.
But that was the last long run I had to do before the race. So.
What shoes do you wear?
I have these like Saucony running shoes that I like.
I use Saucony too.
Yeah, I like those. And then I have those clip-in bike shoes. I never thought I'd buy those because I get so nervous. I did fall once. One at the corner of Campbell and Lockport. Someone did ask if I was okay, so that was nice.
There you go.
But I couldn't get my foot out, and I just went.
That's that. Well, we all know I can't even ride a bike, so.
Yeah,
Ironman's out of my.
That was another thing. But I found a nice used one on the Facebook, so that was good.
You're good, and you're ready to go.
Piecemeal everything together.
I need new running shoes. I think I'm going to treat myself to new running shoes next month.
I stay with the Saucony. Those are the best ones.
Saucony's been really good, but I go to Feet Fleet, and they do like foot scan of your foot or whatever. So you like stand there, and they tell you like, hey, your feet are flat. This one's bigger than the other one. This is what you need to like run.
One thing I read a lot: you don't want a ton of cushion. Like
I need cushion though because I have
know,
flat feet.
But like I know, but naturally, we didn't like our ancestors didn't run with super padded shoes. Like
Well,
we are.
they weren't doing
not,
Ironmans.
What's that?
They weren't doing Ironmans. I
Yeah,
guess
they were if they wanted to eat.
life was an Ironman. Good gracious.
Oh, get a big Paula's donut on your day
Yeah.
off. Oh, I am. You know what? This for the next 3 weeks, it's like clean eating and no alcohol. So I've been, not that I drink much at all, but it's really ever. But like it's I'm trying to eat. Like I have my ice cap because I need it in the morning to get through these long mornings.
Yeah,
But otherwise, I'm in really nutrition and sleep are the big things in the next 3 weeks. I'll let you know. We'll see what happens. 3 weeks from right now, might be sitting here with you.
Well, we're all rooting for Aaron as he goes to get this
Thank
Ironman done.
you so much.
They're talking about Feet Fleet. Marguerite says Feet Fleet screening is really cool. I love it. Danielle says, where's that foot place? They have a couple locations, but the one I go to is on Delaware.
I think I've been to the one on Delaware too.
It's like where the Chipotle is over there, the Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Yes.
Right near Hurdle.
And it's important to talk to somebody about that. But like from what I've kind of gotten rid of like the cushion stuff, I don't wear like my knees feel better. I don't wear any. I used to wear that KT tape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because my left, I had the IT band issues, but with learning about proper stretching and is really
that's something I really struggled to do is stretch.
Like
I finished that run and I'm like, I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to keep going.
20s, 30s, and most of my 40s, I did not like to stretch. But I find that if you train smarter, you will train better. That's words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
The first numbers of 5, you got to listen to me now.
We'll see. We'll try. Peter says Aaron has inspired me to go to the gym, as in Stakeout.
I love it.
Gym Stakeout is always good.
I will definitely be crushing one of those after too.
Yeah. Danielle says it is a shoe store. So it's like they sell a bunch of running shoes and a bunch of different like athletic shoes for outside,
Everyone's
inside.
Very knowledgeable at those stores.
Yeah.
So it's great if you have questions and stuff, but also, read up on how your body might work as well, because we're all different.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw the steak sandwich from the Pink, since we're talking about gym Stakeout and stuff. We aired so many stories this morning talking about that steak sandwich, and now I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry.
What restaurant is it at now?
So they had it at Casa de Pizza yesterday, and I believe they're selling it at some other locations too. We'll have to look in and update you guys on that. But they did like a fundraiser, and they sold them for $2.23 because the old Pink was $2.23. Allen Street.
Oh, okay.
So they sold them for $2.23. You had to like have a drink while you're there, and it was like dine in.
Sure, because
only.
they're not going to make any money on a $2 sandwich.
So you have a drink,
delicious. Yeah.
dine in, do that kind of thing. But then the owners were bartending there too, so you get to like chat with the people and talk them through like the next step.
Yeah, that's obviously a big hole there in Allentown. So other places will hopefully fill in the gap there and become the new place where you want to go at 2 a.m.
Oh gosh, Katie was like, "Did you ever go to the Old Pink?" I was like, "Did I ever go to the Old Pink?" Oh my gosh! At the end of the night, a steak sandwich and.
Well, say Katie said her friends lived close to there, so they.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've gone. Yeah, it's been a long time, but again, when your shift starts, when people are going there, it's not as easy to go.
Yeah. Connie says we went to Kohl's. They had it there, and it was awesome.
Okay.
It's so good. Kim says she ran every day when she was young, 2 times around Delaware Park.
There you go. Yeah, Delaware Park's a beautiful place.
That's like a slight incline, and that's already enough for me to be like, this is too much for my life. Julie says she loved taking Taekwondo.
Oh, there you go. Yes, I'm big into the martial arts too. I think that is a huge, nice cardio workout, and you're learning something, a skill that's obviously super important.
Lori used to run 13 miles a day.
Wow.
Woo!
I did.
Lori's going to be at the Olympics this year. She's going to be out there in Paris.
That's impressive. If you can run, once you get above 10, that's impressive. So yeah, I mean, good for her. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I don't know about that. That's
a lot.
Like a half marathon. That's a half marathon daily.
A day. Wow. Probably having 7,000 calories a day too.
Kim says, wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot. That's impressive.
Well, this is the inspiration. If you needed either the inspiration to go get that Paula's donut, to get Jim Stakeout, or to go run an Ironman or 13 miles, or do a little bit of both, maybe that was the thing that'll get you going.
See Taylor at Delaware Park running around.
Maybe. If the weather's nice. If the weather's a little too nice, then I'll probably be anywhere else. Well, thank you guys so much, Cuppies, for hanging out with us and chatting a little bit. It'll be me and Aaron for a couple days this week.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Always love the energy you bring, Taylor.
Holiday week. Let's have fun. Everyone have a good Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.